What's up everyone, John from ARTV. It is time for another episode of 7 on Sunday because it's Sunday, and of course you are here tuned in for a brand new episode because of course another reason that you're tuned in because we're talking about 7 songs from former Nickelodeon stars that didn't suck. They didn't all suck. They weren't all terrible. They weren't just kids songs, even though some of these definitely are kind of cheesy at heart at their core. They meant well, I think, and a lot of them are probably thanks to, old Snyder's Bakery. Dan Snyder, the man over there, cooking up all the hits, the classics over at Nickelodeon. Not all of them, but a lot of them he was responsible for. So obviously with Nickelodeon, they were known for Nicktoons, a lot of cartoons and that sort of thing, but these are all going to be from live action sitcoms and shows that were on Nick. So Nickelodeon current day, not so great, but some of the shows in their heyday in the past 10 to 15 years, some of them actually had a spark of life to them, and I enjoyed watching, even if I was maybe a bit too old to be watching some of them, like the end of iCarly and a little bit of Victorious and that sort of thing. You'll see. Here's the list. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, and if you're able to, support me by donating on Patreon, top link, or else the second link tab. All you gotta do, watch some ads. Every $500 that you earn is 50 cents in an actual real-life donation. And if you screenshot it on Twitter, tweet it over to me, you have a chance at getting a shout-out in a video. As much as I really didn't watch this show, some of their music was actually okay. Nat and Alex Wolf, the brothers in the Naked Brothers Band, a show on Nick that didn't last all that long, but it definitely had a very dedicated fan base. The show had kind of a mockumentary angle to it, and that was fun and all. I enjoyed watching a few episodes here and there, but the main thing that I would tune in for is sometimes you would see they're premiering a brand new music video on Nickelodeon, and I would definitely be watching that because I was at the time whenever that show was on, I think I was between 11 to 14 or something like that. I was kind of in the demographic. I was excited about it. I didn't really listen to all that much good music yet, so I was definitely still in the Nickelodeon Cartoon Network type demographic. And then there was one song that really struck me, Curious. It was one that saw them kind of exploring, I guess, feelings for a girl and just kind of going into detail on why they would maybe do this thing or why they would confuse them. And I kind of liked it. I related to it at the time, probably because of whatever crush I had at some girl in 5th grade or 4th grade or whatever it was. But Curious is still one of those songs that I can come back to, even though I hadn't heard it in a decade before I started researching for this video. I had almost forgotten about it, but I started playing it, and it's got a nice guitar groove to it. And the vocals, even though this kid clearly hasn't hit puberty yet, it still kind of bangs. And I enjoyed listening to it the other night while I was driving around. It came up on shuffle because I had saved it while preparing for this video, and yeah, it's not that bad at all.
I will not lie down. I stand up tall from the ground.
Devin Werkheiser. That name sound familiar? Well, maybe it should. You ever hear of the show Neds Declassified School Survival Guide? A great show for its time, and its star is looking very different these days. He's made a lot of music, and I really like this track called Stand Up. I remember this coming out forever ago, I think, but I don't think I ever listened to it. And then I kind of asked my girlfriend for ideas, do you have any Nickelodeon stars that you think made music, or maybe they did? And she mentioned him, and I was like, yeah, let me look into this. And he actually has quite a bit of music under his belt, and this is the song that really stood out to me as being one of his best. It's got a great guitar solo on it, and his vocals definitely seem much more, I guess, mature than I was expecting for him at the time. I think this came out in 2012, 2013, and this is actually a damn catchy and well done song. It's bigger than I think what he was doing on Neds Declassified, but it's a shame that it's not getting any kind of attention. It didn't seem like he's picking up any following with his solo career. I hope that changes in the future because some of his songs actually do jump off the page.
When you're lost in the dark, when you're out in the cold, when you're looking for something that resembles your soul, when the wind blows your house of cards, I'll be at home
Jennette Mccurdy, aka Sam Puckett from iCarly, the friend that was a little bit crazy, actually has like a country music solo career for music? What? I swear to God, I had totally forgotten that she even made music, but I should have known, with it being either Disney Channel or else Nickelodeon, they're gonna have their stars singing if they can. But Jennette Mccurdy didn't seem like the one that was actually like putting any music like out on like Nick Records or anything like that. She wasn't like profiting off of the success of iCarly necessarily, because she was doing something totally different. And I really like the track that I've selected today. It's called Homeless Heart, and it's actually a tribute to a young boy named Cody that passed away in 2008. The song doesn't necessarily dedicate its entire lyrical content to that, but it has this sweet, kind of more classic country vibe to it, and I think that's what's missing from a lot of country these days. There's not that charm and that passion and that emotion packed in. It's all about partying and doing whatever else. And she actually had some nice songs in the country vein that I was very surprised by, and Homeless Heart is one that means well with what it's doing, I feel like. This track is all about being there for someone, opening up your arms, letting somebody back in. Maybe they've even hurt you in the past, letting someone know, hey, I'm still here for you, whether it be a relationship, a friendship, a coworker, whatever it is. And I think this song definitely has a lot of charm to it, and it puts a smile on my face, and I'm happy that I've rediscovered it. Number 4 on my list of Nickelodeon stars that had songs that did not suck, we have Miss Victoria Justice from, obviously, Victorious. This was a show that was very popular between like 2011, 2013. I heard a lot of chatter about it, but I never really watched it all that much myself. But whenever I did turn it on, it would be okay to me, but some of the music is what caught my ear, and the track that I selected today is the Victoria Justice moment, Here's to Us. It was something that came out in 2012, so obviously it was very much influenced by the music of that time, which was dance music taking over like EDM, dubstep, and this one wasn't really dubsteppy, it was just very dancey, but it also sprinkled in guitars, some really catchy vocals. She reminds me a bit of Kelly Clarkson in terms of her approach to the vocals this time around, so that can't really be that bad of a thing. And whenever it's got a catchy, whimsical tune and just lighthearted feel to it, I have to say that I'm on board. It's not one of my favorite pop songs of 2012 or anything like that, but it definitely stands out.
If you wanna play, come and play today. Let's just get away. Yeah, I will make you see all the things that you can be. Believe in yourself, come follow me.
Next up, we have one of Nickelodeon's older shows, I guess, that I'm including on this list at least. It was popular in like the early 2000s up to like 2005 or something like that. It's Zoe 101's theme song, sung by Miss Jamie Lynn Spears herself, the star of the show. Now, what some people, I assume most of you watching the video probably do know, but some people I've seen around just don't seem to know that she's the younger sister of the pop icon Britney Spears, and that's crazy. And Jamie Lynn Spears really never took off in terms of like a music or acting career. She got pregnant at a very young age, and I think that that definitely did throw some things off for her, but I definitely don't think it's really affected her overall quality of life. I do hope she's doing well. I just don't really know what she's up to these days. So with this song, it's called Follow Me, and it's the actual theme song to Zoe 101. And I used to tune into this show, not gonna lie. It was a teen drama comedy. There were a lot of like teen type problems on there, but I was like a teen at the time, so well, you know, whatever, fuck you, get off my back. I loved it.
Can we bring yesterday back around? 'Cause I know how I feel about you now. I was dumb, I was wrong, I let you down.
Oh, we're into the top 2. We're getting into the ones that I actually like really like the ones that I like really like on this list. And yeah, number 2 is one that I got made fun of whenever this was discovered on my iPod by a couple of my friends whenever I was like in junior year of high school, maybe it was even senior year. But it's called About You Now by the star of iCarly herself, Miranda Cosgrove. That's right, she was putting out music, and I will stand by what 2008, 2009 John said, and still say that this song goes hard. I love it. It just kind of wraps you up in the melody of it. And it's a silly teen pop song. Now I know how I feel about you now. That's like the main thing that she's singing. But the chorus just really goes hard, and it's like a big gust of wind just coming in, carrying you away. And it's easy to get trapped in this song's feel. I love the opening kind of like drum programming and electronic thing that's going on there right behind her voice. And then it just really lifts you into that chorus. Say what you will, say, oh, I can no longer take you serious, John. I don't care. I don't care. This is a great song. Miranda Cosgrove, go on tour. I'll probably come. Oh, you saw Drake Bell in the thumbnail. You thought I was gonna pick I Found a Way, the easy way out. You thought I was gonna go with the Drake and Josh theme song. Bitch, please. That would be too easy. I'd be taking the L if I did that. I'd be taking the easy way out. And John doesn't play that game here at ARTV. I'm actually going in on Drake Bell's better single called I Know. And I love this one. It's got a great melody on it. It came out on his second record in 2006 whenever Drake and Josh was really at the height of its popularity. And as a result, this song got kind of popular. I Know is a fantastic one. I love the driving piano in the chorus and Drake's voice on this. It really just guides it all and ties it all together with a smile, even though the track kind of seems like it's got accusations being thrown at some people throughout. I love that it almost wears that smile. It should be upside down, but he's turning it around with the music. What did you guys think about my list today? Do you agree with me that these are songs from Nickelodeon stars that didn't suck, or do you still hate them and you hate everything Nickelodeon and Disney related because you're grumpy and you're old and you can't let the kids have fun and you want them to get off your lawn, whatever it is? Let me know in the comments section down below. Leave a like on the video today. Let me know what other episodes of 7 on Sunday that you'd like to see, and tap those top 2 links in the description if you're able to help out on either Patreon or else on Tab. You can go directly to my Patreon page by clicking that easy little annotation over there in the corner. You can see last week's episode that not a lot of you watched, by the way. It was about rap and hip-hop. I didn't expect you to, but at the same time, don't let me down. Go check out last week's episode if you missed it. Another episode right here. Other than that, socials in the description. I'll see you very soon right here on Beyond ARTV.